Saweetie took to the internet and had the audacity. She had the audacity to sit her ass up on these people's screen and talk about she ain't got as far in the music business because she being punished for being pretty. I am going to let this video play, and while it's playing, I'm going to decide if I want to be nice to Saweetie or if I'm gonna go in and let half on this lady in her career. Take a look.
Do you feel like the industry has tried to count you out? Like,
Since I started.
talk about it, man. Because I think people look, to be honest, people see you're gorgeous. You're getting endless bags. You are, listen, that girl, right? I don't think they understand how many doors, how many rejections, how many times people have counted you out.
I saw it on TikTok. They were like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened like my whole life. So it's like what I deal with in the industry is just different face, same case.
Oof.
Daughter, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Sweetie, listen to me good, daughter. We are not going to sit back and allow you to coin a new phrase that allows you and others like you to evade accountability, which is pretty punishment. What you probably experience in life as it relates to pretty punishment is schoolhouse games with other girls that were jealous of you or hating on you. Sure, absolutely. All attractive girls go through that on one level or another. As it relates to the industry, if I'm being perfectly honest, pretty privilege is what got you as far as it did. And you got the nerve to sit up and talk about pretty punishment. No, sweetie, you are a prime example of pretty will get you through the door, but it won't keep you there. Coupled with the fact that, sweetie, yes, by every stretch of the imagination, you are a beautiful girl. You are. If a bitch call you ugly, they a hating ass liar. But love, you ain't the only pretty girl in the industry. You are not the only pretty girl in the industry. And for you to sit back and think on one level or another that you are not climbing and doors are being closed on you because of the way you look, you are sadly mistaken. And I'm here to tell you that anybody around you who is co-signing that bullshit, they're not your friend and they don't care about you because they are allowing you to live in a space that is keeping you from growing. Now, I'll be the first person to admit that I am not the most qualified to speak on these young girls' female rap, but I do have two ears and I am able to listen. When you first came out, you had some songs that were getting a lot of heavy airplay. But what happened, sweetie, during the time that you came out, which is good for the industry, but bad for lackluster talent, is a lot of girls came out at the same damn time. And it's no different than the social media influencing space. Everybody wants to do it. So many people are doing it, but the cream rises to the top. Sweetie, you got big nerve. You got big nerve. And you've got big nerve because you have already won 90% of the battle, which was getting through the door, getting on the radio, getting music videos, getting endorsements. You've already made it. You've already made it. There are so many up and coming artists and aspiring females that would give anything to be in your spot right now. And you've got the mitigated gall to sit on this internet and talk about things are not happening for you because you're being punished for being pretty. I hate to break it to you, and I'm not going to say anything disparaging about this girl's art. But what I will say, sweetie, is it's the simple fact that competition is steep right now and you're just not winning. You're just not winning. It ain't because you're pretty. And I think resting on that is taking the cheap and the lazy way out because you are attributing your success or your lack of success to something external. What you're currently doing is saying, I would be further if it wasn't for them hoes hating on me. Secondly, sweetie, that pretty stuff and being punished for being pretty, that's a female trait. Women do that stuff. And undoubtedly, the world is ran by men. The world is ran by men. Now, here is an example that I could understand Sweetie saying she's being punished for being pretty. I could see a world where there's five females, on the roster, and another girl is like, I don't want her. I don't want her on this tour. Sure, that's the type of petty stuff that females do. But in terms of your overall success, men run the world. Men run the record business. Men run the radio stations. Pretty actually gets you through the door. Men love being in the company of pretty girls. Following your logic, then all of the ugly girls should be winning. If you're being punished for being pretty, that means somebody else is winning for being ugly. And that isn't the case. Simply put, sweetie, you need to get in the studio and you need to really do your thing. Or if not, hire you some ghostwriters and hire you a team. We live in a world where attractiveness gives people a competitive advantage in every arena of life, from visual art forms to being a doggone nurse down to the hospital. It is a proven scientific fact that pretty people get further in life than people who are deemed unattractive. So, if anything, sweetie, what you just did trying to coin pretty punishment is raise attention to the fact that you probably only got as far as you got because you were pretty. And now that pretty ain't cutting it no more, now you don't know what to do because there could be some people that argued that you've skated your entire life being pretty. Sweetie, pretty is what got you here. When it comes to all of the competition that's out there, the harsh reality of the situation is these girls are doing it just a little bit better than you. Pretty, ugly, or somewhere in between. They're just doing it a little better than you are. And the sooner you accept that, and the sooner you stop trying to sell, oh, they hating on me and I'm not getting no. See, that's been your narrative all your life. Oh, they hating on me because I'm pretty, which I'm not taking that away from you, especially within the African American community. That is definitely a thing. You got the little Filipino thing going on. You got the light skin thing going on. You got the hair thing going on. That probably has been your experience in life. Oh, they hating on me because I'm pretty. But sweetie, as somebody who just cares about you as a human and as a black woman, you got to stop going around saying that because all it's doing is make people laugh at you. It's making people laugh at you. And here's the other thing. I know that you went back and looked at the replies to your interview. I know you went back and looked at all the blogs that posted you because that's what those of us who are in a public arena, that's what we do. We gauge our performances by seeing what other people are saying. I'm curious to know where your self esteem is right now, that undoubtedly and unequivocally, the survey says you can't rap. Now, I'm not going to be mean and say you can't rap. I simply packaged it by saying the other girls are just simply doing better than you are right now, and you need to work harder. That's got to ring a bell with you. That you don't got on this thing and said you're not excelling because you being punished for being pretty, and the whole world is saying no, you're not excelling because you can't rap. Like, I honestly hope you went home, you took it in, you allowed it to hurt your feelings a little bit, you cried about it a little bit, you felt sad about it a little bit, you called Uber Eats and ordered $100 worth of food and ate and cried. And then when you woke up the next day, you used it to fuel you to get in that studio and get out there and be like, bitch, don't count me out. I am that girl. That's what people are looking for you. See, I think part of the problem is for so long in life, you probably were unfairly rewarded for being pretty. Because there are many people who would argue that you don't even deserve to have your spot, and that the only reason you got your spot was because you were pretty. I'm not going to dig in all of that. But from where I sit, sweetie, it feels as if you are somewhat used to getting things because you're pretty, and now you're not getting your way, and your one gimmick, which is being pretty, isn't cutting it anymore. And so now your world has been shook, and this normally gets me in. It's not working. They got to be hating on me because I'm pretty. I'm just being punished because I'm being pretty. No, you're being punished. I don't even think you're being punished. I think you are getting out what you put in. And that's just where it is.